All right, we're trying this again. Part 2. I think we figured it out with Jason. Let's see. And hopefully Jason will comment while I'm on and we'll be ready to rock and roll. 5-10 minutes. Got 6 questions for Jason. We'll be ready to rock. Hope everybody's doing well. There he is. So weird, Jason. It lets me do it privately, but not here. All right. Well. Oh, well. Hey, Jason, why don't you do a guest request like you did on the last time? So let me get out of the screen now. There you are. All right, Jason, I think we got it, buddy. All right, Jason, do you see me? Because I can't see you.
All right, it's working now, huh?
All right, I can't see you. Give me 1 second. I'm just going to try to pop this off my screen here for a second. There we go. All right. Dude, technology at its finest. What's up, Jason?
Hey, what's up, man? It only took a few tries, huh?
Dude, it's okay. You know what? Never give up, baby. I love it. Actually, if you can see my hands, I got I'm eager right there.
Oh, there you go. I love
right?
that.
Just for you. We'll save it for the end. Jason, first and foremost, thank you so much for taking the time, for even giving me these 8 to 10 minutes to talk about you, man. I really appreciate it.
Sure. Thank you. Thanks for having me.
You got it. Well, let's get it going. Got 6 questions for you. We're ready to rock and roll. First question. Jay, do you hear me okay, by the way?
Yeah. I'm just I'm at the office. All good.
Sweet. Awesome, man. Well, Jason, you wear a lot of hats, man. Father, husband, CrossFit champion, major business owner, coach, public speaker. I can add a new title. You're a fellow Ford Raptor owner to the list.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I love that thing. Everyone loves a great backstory, man. What can you tell us a little bit about how you got into CrossFit and into the business of fitness?
Yeah. So, by the way, I love my Raptor. And
so do I, man.
Actually just put out a book too, which is cool. But I found CrossFit, I was working at a conventional gym when I was 14. I was working the front desk. And I started selling gym memberships throughout college. And I wanted to I felt like I was selling people a dream that I wasn't giving them the tools to accomplish it. So a friend of mine introduced me to CrossFit and group style training, and I just fell in love with it in 2006. And then when I graduated from college in 2008, it was the natural next step to go ahead and open up a business. I knew I wanted to open up a business. I knew I wanted to open up a gym, but I didn't know it was gonna be a CrossFit style until I got introduced to it.
Got it. Awesome, man. Now, you wear a ton of hats. Question number 2, you wear a ton of hats like we just talked about. Tell us a little bit about your AMRAP mentality approach to being able to balance it all.
Yeah, I mean, for many years I was trying to balance between, and still today, trying to win the CrossFit Games, trying to expand globally our business, which we have now, 20 locations, and then, trying to stay married and, I have 2 kids. And so the whole theory was I was asking myself, how am I going to do all these different things? And I started to see a lot of people were busy but never really accomplished much. And I found that for me, I was always 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Like I'd be in a business meeting, but I was actually doing something else. I'd be with my kids, but I'd actually be thinking about walking on my hands in the CrossFit Games. And so I realized that I was never more productive than when I was hitting the AMRAP. When I was present, I was focused, I was just really crushing it. So I thought to myself, how do I take that mentality into everything else I'm doing? And so for me, it's like, if I'm going to AMRAP for 20 minutes of workout, I could also AMRAP emails, I could AMRAP anything and just be really present, really honed in, like I am right now with you, right? I'm not distracted, I'm not doing anything else, I'm just right here, right now.
Got it. So not multitasking, one task at a time, crush it, move on.
Yep, exactly.
Sweet, man. Now, as a CrossFit champion, 9 times games competitor, I don't even know how you guys do that, man. Because I do CrossFit every day. We just bought a hot tub to like loosen up because I'm 40, man. It's tough. It's tough. CrossFit champion, 9-time game competitor, Spirit of the Games Award winner, just to name a few. That takes incredible mindset. what rituals or daily habits do you have in place to stay motivated day in and day out?
I mean, I think for me, it's just a daily check-in, you know, towards the end of the night. I'm just like, hey, how did I do today as an athlete, as a business owner, as a father, as a husband? And, you know, like, for example, I was in Minnesota for the last couple of days. When I got home, it was a Sunday, spent a lot more time with my kids. And I think what I do is these micro check-ins so that there's never like this giant like epiphany that I've been a terrible father for all these years, right? And so I think the secret is, you know, am I doing the best I can to grow the business, to create sustainability for our team, to be a good father? And as it shifts, there's never going to be perfect every day. But if I'm in Asia opening up a new location, I know that when I get home, I need to kind of right the balance. And I figure if I have these micro things each day, then again, I just think long term, you'll never have like these like, oh, dude, I was a terrible whatever, right? And I think ultimately, for me, it's about reaching my potential. You know, I think about it all the time. Did I reach my potential in the CrossFit Games before I got out? And I think the answer is yes. You know, was there a few things I could have done differently? Sure. But the cards weren't there to compete longer. You know, when Ava got sick, it was an easy decision to give it up. And I think in business, I always ask myself, you know, am I going to look back when I'm 70 or 80 and wonder, you know, was there a huge opportunity there? And I was too timid, too afraid, or too naive to even see it, right? I just want to make sure that I did everything in my power to do the best I could now to take advantage of all the opportunities we have so that later on I don't have any regrets.
Got it. Awesome, man. I love it. Now, you mentioned your daughter, Ava. I got to tell you, man, you recently had the biggest victory of your life. It probably doesn't even compare to the CrossFit Games victory with Ava conquering cancer. On behalf of myself and our viewers, congratulations to you guys. Listen, I have 4 boys. I have a 21-year-old who's the one that we was on the phone with earlier. I have an 11-year-old and I have 8-year-old twins. And to me, it's unfathomable to have to go through that. But it just leads us right into our question, right? You know, everybody, in my opinion, they probably couldn't focus other than just being with their child. But you were not only there with Ava the entire time, but you continued everything else in growing the business. How did you do it?
Well, I think just having good people in place. You know, when something like this happens, you know, you could either rise to the occasion or get sucked in by it. And I think our family came through big time. My wife was amazing. And our team here at the gym was just stepped up big, you know, and I'm grateful every day. But it goes back to the whole AMRAP mentality thing that for so many years, I built this giant hedge so that, you know, a lot of people that go into the gym, they want to work to get fitter because God forbid something happens to them and they break their legs or whatever. Mm-hmm. They'll be okay if they don't exercise for a month or two. But if you're very sedentary and you're on the borderline of being sick and all of a sudden something happens, you might have to be on medication, different types of things. Same thing calls for in life. So in life, we could put in the work, be dedicated, be focused, use the AMRAP mentality. We build a hedge so that if something does happen, we have the resources in place to help us. And that doesn't necessarily just mean financial, but also means how are you with your relationships? How are you with everything? And so I'm grateful every day that we incorporated this mindset because financially I was able to kind of put that to the side. The business had successful people to run it. And that was really what helped us.
Awesome. Sweet. Yeah, listen, our brokerage has grown a lot. It's gone from 50 realtors to over 550 in about 4 years without acquisitions. And it's all about the team. It's definitely not me. It's the team doing it.
100%.
Sure. Now, you've talked about AMRAP quite a few times, so I love how these conversations just digress right into the next one. Not digress, they just lead right into the next question. If there's a book that you would highly recommend to our audience to pick up and read, what would it be?
Well, if you had asked me a month ago, I would have said, you know, Mark Cuban's Business of Fitness. I think that's a cool book. It's short read, impactful, interesting stories. You know, I think Phil Knight's book was really interesting. It was a little bit different, a little bit more story-based. But obviously, I'd say, you know, As Many Reps as Possible by Jason Khalipa. It's on for pre-sale right now. Proceeds from all pre-sales benefit children fighting cancer. And, you know, if you want to buy one, if you want to buy 5, if you want to buy 100, that'd be awesome.
Well, I asked you, you posted the link the other day. We have this thing called our No Excuses coaching program in our company. And the last one that we did, I bought Grant Cardone's Be Obsessed or Be Average. Great book. I'm hoping to get Grant on the show in the next couple of weeks. But I'm now going to pre-order AMRAP for the 30 agents that are taking it now. And I told you that in the message, and there we are. Now,
that'd be great.
Oh, dude, it's all, you know, listen, everybody's got their way. And if you pick up some from you, pick up some from Grant, pick up some from somebody else, you know, you come up with your own formula to success, right?
Yeah.
Lastly, and one of the reasons you wrote the book was to support the fight against cancer. What can our viewers do to join in the fight against pediatric cancer?
I mean, I would say, go donate blood. Super simple and it's free. Or if you really feel inspired, go buy the book. As many reps as possible, and proceeds from that benefit an organization called NIGU. But I think if it's not only about money, right? It's about donating blood. Look up Be the Match and bone marrow, right? So just cotton swab. Those are really easy things to do, and they could save somebody's life one day.
Yeah. And if they go to Instagram, they can write on their hands, I NIGU, which is never ever give up, right? Tag NIGU, and I'll put the instructions up, and away they go. And $25.
Yes, there's an anonymous donor this month because September's Pediatric Cancer Awareness Month. An anonymous donor for every person that puts the I NIGU, they donate $25, right? And so it's cool because we're raising money for kids. All you need to do is just put up a picture.
Got it. Awesome. Jason, thanks again, man, for your time. I appreciate it. Short, sweet as promised. And I think everybody got out of it. Focus on one thing, crush that one thing that you're doing, move on to the next, get a great support team behind you, and you'll be able to rock and roll.
There you go. Thank you very much.
Jason, you've been awesome, man. I thank you for the opportunity. I really do.
Hey, thank you. Continue with your success and really appreciate any support with the book. That'd be great. Thank you again.
You got it, man. Take care, guys. Thank you for watching. See you, Jason.
All right, bye.